Hey everyone, Dr. Shahana here. This morning was a morning, and I think a lot of parents probably face very similar mornings where your kids don't even want to look at each other, let alone breathe the same air as each other. It was fighting and chaos, and even the simplest things like agreeing on who was going to get the cutlery or where they should sit on the bench that they always sit was a struggle. So I found myself, instead of reacting calmly to all of this, getting quite agitated. I was feeling tired, I was rushing off to go to work, and I just wanted them to sit down and have their breakfast. So of course, when this wasn't happening and I found myself getting more upset, getting more frustrated, and getting more agitated, what did I do? I snapped at my husband. So he asked me something and I immediately, retorted a comment that I probably shouldn't have. And it was such a wonderful example in retrospect of what I call the emotional baton. So when we feel triggered or stimulated or feel like we're put in a bad mood from the circumstances around us, we often take that emotion and, just like a baton in a relay race, we take that and we want to pass it off to somebody else. So this is what I call the emotional baton, and we find ourselves doing this throughout our day. And not only that, what will then happen is that I snapped at my husband. He might find himself in a bad mood, so he will snap back at me. So you can imagine visually this baton getting passed back and forth, or he goes to work and he takes it out on one of his colleagues, or I go to work and I do the same. So how much of people's bad moods are actually a result of passing back and forth this metaphorical emotional baton? Just think about it next time you encounter somebody who might trigger or annoy you, and also think about it when you find yourself doing that to someone else. Maybe the cycle of passing the emotional baton can actually stop at you. I'll see you next time on Dr. Shahana.